Wow, this is exciting. Good afternoon, dear colleagues, dear professors, dear directors, and dear guests. It's a great honor for us to be here and having this opportunity to hold a speech in the name of our students. When we started writing this speech, we were thinking back to the wonderful and also intense time we had together here in Barcelona. So let's make a little time travel through the last year and think back how things actually started. 10 months ago, we all gathered here in Barcelona with one goal: to achieve excellent education in economics. Well, one goal, I might doubt that for a lot of us, but let's keep that as an assumption for the moment. When we all arrived here in the beginning of September last year, everything was very new and exciting. I remember very well the first days in Barcelona, the first big gatherings on the beach, the Mexican Independence Day, the meetings at Plaza Chaume Primaire, and also La Merced celebration. These were the opportunities where we all met the first time and we had the opportunity to get to know each other. Everyone met new people from all around the world with different languages, different traditions, customs, and cultures. This was sometimes not easy. I want to give you an example that was very impressive for myself. For example, I remember very well every time I met a new person, I had to find out within seconds if I have to give now only one kiss on one cheek, like in Mexico, or two kisses on both cheeks, like in Spain, not to forget the right cheek first, or perhaps just a formal handshake, like in Germany or Switzerland. A lot of times I got confused, and this might have created an awkward moment, but I learned quite fast, and I guess this is what they call intercultural competence. Then after a week full of sunburns, at least for my case, and sleepless nights, the brush-up courses started. The breaks, the library, the coffee machine, and the lunch at the cafeteria became the place where we started to get to know each other. I want to say that the experience of us macro people might have been slightly different to everyone else student. I want to include also the messy people for that. Because we got sent far, far away, behind the mountains, behind the forests, to the Bella Tierra campus. This sometimes made it a little bit difficult for us to connect with all of you and the other students. And I even heard people doubting, do the macro and messy people really exist? I want to answer your question. Yes, here we are. I even learned to appreciate the 1-hour day trip every day to university, and I have to realize that I kind of learned a lot during these long travels. For example, now, I remember every name from the train stops from Plaza Catalunya until the Universitat Autónoma, and I even can pronounce now the name of the train station, Baixador de Valvidreira. When the brush-up courses started, a lot of us got thrown into the cold water, and I kind of very well remember how I get very scared of my first Lagrangian function. But now in perspective, I have to laugh about this, and, well, I was young and inexperienced. I also remember well as during the first day, everyone tried to make very sophisticated comments like, very interesting, this thing with this curve and this slope, don't you think so? But this changed very soon, and our conversations got way more relaxed, and it was more like, hey, I found this bar in Raval where beer is just €1. So in resume, the first days in Barcelona were wonderful. We felt free, we enjoyed Barcelona and the beach, and the greatest thing of all, we met all each other. But what happened after these weeks? How did things change over the year? Lorena from the economics program is going to tell you more about this now.
What we were used to call free time and party fun was suddenly replaced by mathematical fun. Starting with the surprise that really surprises, the micro-conjectures, problem sets in situ, problem sets in dreams, a lot of coffee, and of course, our relaxing song, the Mercadona song. Definitely, now it's not the same as yesterday. We are not the same as yesterday. Before, we took around 15 minutes in the supermarket. Now, as we maximize our utility, we can take more than an hour exploring the best combination of Hacendado products. What about the library days? Being kicked out of the library at 1 a.m. was quite an experience. Not everybody lives that. Our lemma is now clearly represented by the old song of the 80s, Under Pressure by Queen. And as the master approached to July, we became asymptotically Lulu. For instance, our vocabulary became more sophisticated. 3 unforgettable phrases before and after the treatment, the master, come to my mind. Before, we used to say, "Can you give me a place?" We now say, "Can you give me a place in your epsilon area?" We now invoke the median voter theorem in order to decide what to drink. Furthermore, before we said the well-known "I love you," but now this has become in the also well-known "You are the alpha of my Cobb Douglas." Or, even better, with you, life is like a balanced growth path. Or even better, you put the stars in my Walrasian demand. So now I understand why it's so common to see economists going on with economists. It has been a very, very hard year. A year of being at the limit of tiredness and effort, but also a year full of mathematical fun, full of new friends that became our family here, and new experiences that will definitely last forever. After 10 months, we can finally enjoy the dynamic city of Barcelona, the massage and the cerveza beer. We won't forget the lunches at the cafeteria in the ordinary days and the lunch at the Palacio or the chicken place during the weekends. We will definitely remember the long hours of meditation in the quiet Harry Potter library, in the fish tank, or in the TA rooms. What about the beautiful sunsets on the bench at the UPF? Of course, the sunsets behind the pink UPF buildings. We will definitely remember the green parrots inspiring the mornings and the curious pigeons at the cafeteria. Economics people, always in the library, always problem setting, always tired, always with a coffee in hand, and always in the limit. This year wasn't straightforward and required more than minor calculations, but we did it. What lessons have we learned? Alex will tell us more about this.
So now this incredible year is at an end. What can we say about what we learned along the way? Perhaps it's too early to tell. After all, since we came to the end of what will be, for many of us, our last ever exam period, we've rightly been taking a few days to celebrate. I really think one of the things we will miss the most from the Masters is that feeling of complete freedom when you walk out of the exam. Then going down to La Champagneria to refresh ourselves over a few glasses or bottles of cava. However, let's try and see through some of this post-exam period haze and begin this process of reflection. I suppose it makes most sense to start from my perspective as an ITFD student. In this regard, I think the first thing that my time in this group has taught me about is the importance of work-life balance. We ITFD guys have worked like crazy throughout the year, often spending far more time inside the library than out of it. However, even during the most intensive periods, we've always found at least some time to relax and have fun. Many of us joined the GSE ski trip, where some of us hit the slopes for the very first time. This resulted in quite a few amusing crashes, with skis and legs from all corners of the globe sent in all the wrong directions. Perhaps understandably, there were a disproportionate number of Costa Ricans, Dominican Republicans, and some southern Italians involved in these accidents. Given that in some cases they'd never seen snow before, though, I don't think we can really blame them. We also played football together, joining forces with the other master students on an epic cup run through the rounds of the UPF Championship. ITFD also took on the economic program on occasions. My recollection was that ITFD always came out on top. This remains in dispute. I suggest we have a penalty shootout, but as I'm English, I don't think we'll bother. Furthermore, of us have enjoyed exploring the city together, seeking the best of Barcelona's cultural, culinary, and nocturnal offerings. The New Camp, Kiosco Burger Bar, Nasty Mondays. In short, we were successful in maximizing life's potential, subject to the constraints of a large workload we had to deal with. And it's from how we approach the work that I will draw the next major lesson. I think it has been a great learning experience for all of us to work through the challenges of the year as one big team. The diversity of professional backgrounds and geographical origins we have allowed us to teach one another as we went along. By pooling all this knowledge, we have made it so much easier and more fun to get through all those dozens of problem sets and exams we have had to face. So we should take this opportunity to thank one another, perhaps over another few glasses of cava later, for all we have learned from each other during the year. Anyway, to wrap up this segment, I think the most important lesson I took from writing this speech is simply appreciating what an amazing time we've had here. It really put me in a bit of a bad mood, to be honest, to realize that it's really all over now. So thinking back on all the good times we've shared, I really decided the best thing would be for us to go ahead and do another master next year. Maybe we should swap, though. It's going to look a bit weird on the CV if we just do the same one again and again. Maybe at ITFD we could do the econ program. Can't be that difficult. Competition guys do the macro. Finance do health. Maybe they'll give us a discount if we all do it. We can work this out later. Before that, over to Veronika to conclude and look forwards.
We have been met with an undoubtedly challenging year, a ferocious sprint from beginning to end, a year packed with work and play and so much more. But what is it that we have learned and what will we take away? Before we came to Barcelona GSE, we were a diverse group of individuals. As we've heard, 229 students from 57 different countries, our academic interests wide-ranging, our futures uncertain. But the accomplished individuals who came here a year ago now leave a truly exceptional class of people. This year has seen a gradual but profound coming together, a realization that what sets us apart need never divide us. We have come together to celebrate each other's cultures, to debate, to support one another at times of difficulty. We have come to be great ambassadors to and for this institution, and we will continue to be. We also learned from the many sacrifices we made in coming here. When we came to Barcelona, we left behind our homes, our jobs, our families, our friends. We decided to come because we believed that Barcelona GSE would provide us with an exceptional preparation and a global perspective for a bright future. Along this long and difficult road, we have been blessed with the love and constant support of our families and friends back home. Without them, we simply could not have flourished here. And so today, it is in many ways actually your day, and it should be we who are applauding you. So, on behalf of the graduating class, we thank you. We would also like to extend our thanks to the faculty for their enthusiasm in relaying their knowledge and for their openness in hearing some of our new ideas. We would also like to thank the staff, in particular Carlota Manchon, Esther Schifre, Cira Mora, Andrea Lacambra, Bruno Guayar, and Joan Rubio. Without you, this year would have been even more challenging, so thank you. And then, finally, and most importantly, I would like to congratulate the Barcelona Graduate School of Economics class of 2012. May you go forth with the lessons you learned here and pursue bright and happy futures. Congratulations. Felicidades.